going on, guys? I'm heading into the gym right now. I'm going to talk more about the market when I get out of the gym, but first I kind of want to talk about what happened today a little bit. Boeing definitely kept the market down to start, or I really think the market would have been up much more this morning. Apple was up $4 a share, and I believe it would have been up a lot more if Boeing wasn't holding the market down. It's down. I'm not sure. I know test flights are going on, and yesterday with the test flight, Boeing took off like $24 a share, so I'm not sure why it was down like 10 or 11 bucks a day. Hopefully tomorrow it goes up and pulls the market up with it, and hopefully we can have another green day, which will make 3 green days in a row right into Thursday. I'm expecting a sell-off Thursday. I believe it's going to be a half day coming into the 4th of July weekend. But it's enough about that for now. I'm going to head to the gym, and then we'll get back to it. Came up to a little park I like to hang out at with some sushi, just enjoying the view. But what I want to talk about today is Boeing. Boeing supposed to have a lot of tests going on with the 737 MAX, but I don't know what's going on. They've done several successful test flights, and it was up $24 a share yesterday and down, I think, $11 a share today. Boeing pretty much held the market down this morning. Apple was up $4 a share, but I believe it could have went a lot higher if it wasn't for Boeing. Powell spoke this afternoon, and the market fell off. It was super volatile. I believe Apple even went negative like 50 cents a share, and then closed up positive $3 a share. So we're positive 4, negative 50 cents, and then closed out $3 for the day. I know Dr. Fossey is talking right now, and we're going to see how pre-market holds up after he speaks.
Purchase your tracks today.
Despite Powell and Mnuchin testifying in front of the House today, the stock market closed up the best quarter it's had in a decade. And I'm going to read something straight from the New York Times. Wall Street ended its best quarter since 1998 with a big gain. In the first 6 months of the year, stocks experienced their biggest quarter-to-quarter swing in more than 80 years. That's huge. First, the coronavirus pandemic and shutdown of economies sent stocks on one of the fastest declines on record. Then giant helpings of government stimulus not only stopped the sell-off, but sent stocks charging to their best quarterly performance in more than 2 decades. Where they go next is a mystery. There's so much uncertainty about the coronavirus crisis. Roughly 40% of the S&P 500, about 200 companies, have withdrawn their customary forecast about how their business will perform in the months ahead. We'll say this: due to the warmer weather, I'm not a doctor, I don't know a whole lot about the virus, but due to the warmer weather, even though we had the largest amount of cases in one day, you have something out there was the protest, and I'm sure there were a lot of cases because of that. But if we got past the first wave, we can get past the second wave. The problem is, will the government be able to fund a second wave if the virus continues into the winter? Because people still have to work, people have to put food on the tables. And one of the things they said during the hearing today was even parents that are able to work can't go to work because they have to stay at home because their kids can't go to school and they have no one to watch their kids. Of course, there's two sides to every story. Some people say they don't believe in the virus. Some people are freaked out about it. Some people are kind of in the middle. Some people think it's going to be over in no time. Some people think it's going to drag out for who knows how long. But it definitely affects the stock market every day. So I try to close out my trades within the same day if I can. I try not to hold more than a couple of days. I trade Apple a lot. I know I talk about Apple a lot. I trade Apple a lot. It's $1 trillion company. It's a great company. They're definitely on Donald Trump's side. We've seen it in the past. They've made several deals with Donald Trump, getting away with not getting hit with a bunch of tariffs in the past. The problem is, they're very sensitive to news on China. So my biggest advice for navigating through these markets are don't hold over the weekend. Try to close trades out the same day, even for a loss. It's better to get rid of a small loss and then hold on to a loss and it drops on you the next day due to news that happened overnight that you can't control. Don't take giant, huge positions. Take small, consistent positions. Don't buy 50 calls. Just buy like 5 or 10 calls or 5 or 10 puts or whatever you want to do, and do it consistently. Don't buy 5 one day and 30 the next. Stay consistent with the amount of calls or puts or options or amount of stock that you're buying or trading. Keep it super consistent. That will help you out in the long run and keep your profits much more consistent, because what happens is you get really confident and you take a huge hit on when you go big, and what happens is you end up losing on your big trades and only making a small amount of money on your small trades. Even if you're right more than you're wrong, you end up losing money because the trades you lost money on were the big trades. Don't get overconfident and don't get greedy. My dad used to tell me all the time, pigs eat and hogs get slaughtered, and I'll always remember that. But for the most part, I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. Nobody's a fortune teller. The virus is throwing a lot of people off. But the best thing you can do right now is just do your research. Do as much research as you possibly can. Do your own research and don't just listen to the news.